Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for August 23rd, 2023, Wednesday Hump Day forecast. Please be sure to subscribe for the interpretation of the lower 48 weather patterns. Thank you for your support. Right now, we're looking at the National Weather Service current hazards. Everybody's been talking about this big dome of heat. The high pressure is firmly in command here. We'll be breaking down later on this weekend, Friday, Saturday, allowing some storms to ride into the mid-Atlantic later on, severe storms. But in the meantime, we have record-breaking heat. It seems like every summer, I don't know if you noticed this, it's getting hotter and hotter in the Sun Belt states and also in the upper Midwest and the Northeast. So we have excessive heat warnings in the usual spots from the Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Austin triangle up through Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Wichita, Omaha, Nebraska, and even into Minnesota, the Twin Cities, all the way up through Des Moines, the Quad Cities, St. Louis, Bloomington, all the way through down I-65 through Louisville, Lexington, Memphis, Mid-Mississippi Valley, Greenwood, Mississippi, Tupelo. All these areas are going to be into excessive heat warnings, and this is going to continue for the next several days into the weekend, unfortunately. But relief is on the way. A frontal boundary is coming through soon, but this is what we're dealing with. Now, we also have some brief other watches in effect too as well, just brief flood watches from what's left over of the tropical storm that made its landfall in Corpus Christi, Harold, and moved all the way across the Texas Valley, Rio Grande Valley. So there may be some flood watches coming just to the east of El Paso along I-10. You want to be careful coming down through Marfa and Fort Stockton and down through the Crimean Basin there, the Panhandle of Texas there. So be careful. And also in New Mexico, western New Mexico. Elsewhere, we just have red flag warnings along the coast of northern California and southern Oregon there for some dry conditions that they're experiencing up there. Now, the National Hurricane Center, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Franklin that made landfall in the Dominican Republic as a tropical storm. Winds now at 40 miles an hour, and it's beginning to reemerge off the northern coast of Dominican Republic or Hispaniola there. Now, what's left of it is going to be very interesting to see. Pressure's up to 1,004 millibars. It's moving north-northeast at 13 miles an hour. There is some forecasted for it to be strengthening and kind of doing a loop-de-loop thing here west of Bermuda. It's about maybe 250 miles, 200 miles west of Bermuda sometime by Monday as a hurricane. So it will be strengthening, but from there, the forecast becomes less uncertain because it could either drift back toward the United States or be kicked out to sea based on the frontal, the timing of the cold front that be coming across. In any event, Franklin is forecast to strengthen back to a hurricane, probably a Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane by next week, Monday. So that's what's going on with Franklin. We have another system out here, way out here, just given the 70% chance development through 7 days. This area looks to become our next storm as well, but it's nowhere near any land masses, so that's not going to be affecting land. It is moving former remnants of Tropical Storm Emily, and so whether or not it gets another name or not is what remains to be seen. And there's another disorganized showers about a couple hundred miles west of the Cabo Verde Islands. It's only given a 30% chance through 7 days, so we'll worry about that. We have plenty of time to watch that later on. Now, the Eastern Pacific, we have another storm coming up. This is going to be a high chance of development. 80% in 7 days. The Eastern Pacific has been the Eastern Pacific has been active as well, so this is going to be getting the next name on the list for them. And the Central Pacific, we have nothing going on there of note, so that's good news for the Hawaiian folks in the recovery. Now, you can see this heat dome here. I put the radar in motion here, courtesy of the National Weather Service. These storms are riding over the high pressure center there in a clockwise fashion. So no showers are underneath the high pressure. So that's why cities like Dallas, Oklahoma City, Kansas City are not getting any rain and just been sinking. High pressure creates sinking motion in the atmosphere. So you get no showers underneath this bubble of high pressure here, but you do get high temperatures exceeding 100 degrees every single day. Now, this has allowed the monsoon season to kick in a little bit more for those in the Phoenix, New Mexico area, Denver area, Salt Lake City. So that's good news. And then up in Canada, in the prairie land, Saskatchewan and Winnipeg, they've been getting a lot of showers there too. So that's good news for them people up there and to quell some of the fire danger up there, but not for the British Columbia area, unfortunately, for Vancouver, for North Vancouver. But the showers here dipping out of Detroit and Cleveland, these could become severe tomorrow and heading towards Pittsburgh. So if you're in the Mid-Atlantic area, you got friends along I-81, Roanoke, Harrisburg, Staunton, Richmond, down through Washington, Annapolis, Maryland, down through the Carolinas here. There's going to be some severe storms coming through Rocky Mountain, those areas, North Carolina. So it will be a danger Thursday and Friday. Other than that, this has been your National Weather Forecast. Thank you for joining me again on the Weather Guru Podcast.